Right, so I'm gonna make a short review of this brush, the Tintoretto Kazan synthetic squirrel, I think it's supposed to be anyway. It's a synthetic brush. I wanted a round and big synthetic brush because I don't like the whole ethics behind the fact that those cute animals need to be murdered, basically, in order for us to paint. This is a real square brush. I didn't actually think much when I bought this a few years ago. And yeah, I didn't find any reviews of it. I just found one which is more like a commercial, and one that was in Italian. I mean, both were in Italian, but anyway. And yeah, I just thought, okay, I buy it. It was around 20 euros or so. The thickness of it is around 14 millimeters. This one is around 9, and I'm gonna compare them, keeping in mind that these are different sizes. And I'm actually gonna just use water, so no actual watercolor, because I want to return it. It's not an awful brush by any means, but it is lower than I expected. So I want a synthetic brush that behaves like a natural one. Maybe it's too much, but I'm gonna keep looking. So I have two problems with it. One is that the tip is not that sharp. See? If I do the same using the natural brush, oop, come on, focus, focus. I get a very fine tip. Yeah, Samsung S10 doesn't want to focus, so maybe like this. Well, it's not perfect, although most of the time it actually is. Let's try it again. And let's try it again with the other one as well. Focus already. See, something like this. I also found it helps if you do this kind of strokes, like when you usually pick up watercolor, to make a really fine point. This one, on the other hand, doesn't do this. I don't know if the smaller ones do this. Maybe they do. So if we look at it, see, it's quite, I don't know. It has a lot of smaller points to it. So if you do this, it helps. But I still find it more resilient to actually make a nice point. See this texture on the side of the tip? Yeah, I don't really like that. And the other problem I have with it is I feel like it kind of fights you when you're doing a stroke. So it's harder. You have to push harder. Again, it's not awful. It's okay. It might actually be quite nice. But I don't want to have a set of mediocre brushes. I just want one brush or maybe two that behave really nicely. So I'm waiting to get to find one that is synthetic, but it's a bit better than this one. I mean, synthetic brushes are can be actually twice the price of this, which isn't really a very cheap brush on its own. But yeah, I guess I have to try some more. But when I push against this natural brush, I mean, it has a smaller diameter, but it, yeah, I don't know, it just feels natural when I push against it. When I push against this one, I kind of feel it wants to fight me. It would be ideal if I had the same size, because maybe it's just because it has a larger diameter in here. I'm not sure. If you're curious what this one is this. I'm not quite happy with this one either, but this might be my fault because I can't say I took exceptional care of it, but it tends to lose hairs. Yeah, so this is it. Again, not terrible, it's good but not great. See the tip? You always have some loose strains, or was the name? Anyway. Yeah, not a great or professional review by any means, but it will be more than I had to go with when I bought it, so yeah. I like that they say on the side that it's cruelty free, because most most firms are afraid to even mention this. They usually say, oh, it's cheaper than natural brushes and so on. They don't actually say that those animals are either trapped and killed to make brushes or for the fur industry, which I think is horrible, and they buy it from the firms that make fur coats. Yeah, the search continues. If you have any suggestions which other brush to buy, synthetic one and round, and that works well for watercolor, please do say so in the comments. Bye bye.